sequence initiated. Begin Obama, the first 100 days.
All we have to do is show up. It doesn't matter our age. We have to talk real and convincingly, and then they can change their minds.
You are either on offense or you are on defense. Be on offense.
The beginning of political victory is when you unite your side and you divide the other side.
This man doesn't see our enemy as the mortal threat that it is.
I think the left doesn't understand this.
We have a lot to do.
As President Barack Obama marked his first 100 days in office, the Salem team of syndicated radio hosts headed out on an unprecedented tour. Obama, the first 100 days. Bill Bennett, Mike Gallagher, Michael Medved, and Dennis Prager joined yours truly, Hugh Hewitt. Over a 22-day period, we visited 12 great American cities. Starting in Dallas, then Houston, San Antonio, Los Angeles, Sacramento, Phoenix, and Denver. Then we headed east to Minneapolis, Chicago, Cleveland, and the great state of Ohio. And then Philadelphia. Then we finished up in Atlanta. The broad context for our discussion was President Obama's first 100 days and the dramatic sea change we have witnessed in Washington, D.C., the worst economic crisis since the Great Depression, and the downright alarming growth of government spending in response. We also talked about international threats, the war on terror, the future for conservatism, and even what it is that makes America unique. Some of us waxed eloquent.
Remember, mark of civilization is what you will stand for. Another mark of civilization is what you will not stand for.
We also laughed.
And I remember one of the refs who's on that side looked at me with contempt the likes of which I have never since experienced and said, "Hey kid, are you a schmuck?" To which I said, "He is not a nice guy, but he is right."
We talked about interrogation tactics in the war on terror and whether or not we engage in torture.
I don't think he views our enemies the way most of the people in this room view our enemies.
The drug war.
This was an announcement the administration made. It no longer wants to talk about the war on drugs, right? Doesn't want to talk about the war on terrorism, doesn't want to talk about the war on drugs. You're a drug dealer, and you hear no more war on drugs. High five. That's a good deal. That's great. That's fabulous.
The Bush legacy.
Michael's right. Hugh's right. This was what he lived for, morning, noon, and night. I got to keep Americans safe, and that's not the focus of this White House. It's not, and there's no question. There's a different focus.
Whether or not America is becoming a socialist nation.
I think it's a terrible mistake to attack President Obama and his agenda and all of that socialist. You know why? The American people don't know what it is.
Over 20,000 of our loyal listeners came out to join us. If that was you, thanks. If you couldn't make it, you can enjoy at least some of the best moments from our 12-city tour.